It's
I
very
grew up
the
Catholic.
Silmarillion's written very much like the Bible. Like it's very similar in how it's written.
In the
Crazy.
beginning, there was a root, the one stars. Beautiful.
Like
So
not the
beautiful.
stories themselves, but just the structure of it is written very much like the Bible. Which makes sense because he was a really religious man. So
Hi, David.
Hey,
hi,
Manny.
David.
How's your Tuesday?
Oh, it's Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday.
What was the highlight of your Tuesday, Manny?
Speaking to you.
Wow.
Aww.
Wow. How could I be so lucky?
Wow.
Wow.
That's from something. Wow. Wow. I can't think of it. Damn.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, I think that's the dude that does those pitch meetings on YouTube. Barely an inconvenience.
Owen Wilson?
No. It's like it's a skit where it's like one's an
Yeah, it was like
executive,
Lord of the
one's
Rings pitch
pitching.
meetings or
Yeah,
Suicide Squad pitch meeting.
yeah. It's just a very bad pitch meetings. It's like, what if we do this or what about that? And then he'll respond with, barely an inconvenience. But it's just like such a bad situation, and like he just keeps going on. He just says, "Wow,
Or he does like the
wow."
Avatar TV show to like, wow, so we have 3 seasons of lore that we can pull information from and make like a really lore accurate television show. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that.
His videos are pretty funny.
That does
Cracks me
sound
up.
funny.
It's the awkward silence.
I guess
Hold on.
it's not awkward until you say it. I guess
True.
we're waiting on Kyle.
I can keep talking, but I'm eating gummies, so it's like, I don't know.
I just had fruit snacks.
What are you
Let
second
me,
on, David?
I had fruit snacks. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
What kind of fruit snacks?
Welch's, the best kind.
Those are pretty good.
They're pretty darn good.
They
I
need to
love
come out
them.
with like adult size baggies.
I know, that's the problem. I have like 4 of these a day because they're so tiny.
They're so tiny.
It has like 6 gummies in it, and I'll eat them and be
Yeah.
like, damn.
I just
Yeah,
picked up
you have
like
to
a 90-pack box from Costco.
Oh no, you gotta get the big, just like family size bag, and then you just gotta scoop it out with your hand like a like a big bag of chips.
The
No,
boxes
dude,
that I get are pretty big already.
I was gonna say that means you've gone over the edge, bro. Like, yeah,
It's a pretty big box.
You're an adult. You can control the portions way better. You can have 2 gummies, or you can have 200 gummies.
200 all the way.
Grab handfuls and eat it like popcorn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've got me a bunch of sour shit. I just constantly eat sour candy.
I need to get some snacks. For hold on.
Lyle, I just sent you a list of like everything I've been reading lately.
I thought of you, Manny. I got a new computer.
Oh yeah, like everything.
Mhm.
Does it have a picture of Manny on it?
Yeah, that's why I think of him.
It's inside of the case. It's like he's lit up with RGB everywhere.
Yeah, every time I turn it on, the front panel just has his face.
Hell yeah.
What
Well,
all's
did you
what
build
all's
it?
in
Or
it?
you... Yeah,
It's
what'd you get?
it was a pre-built, but it was just on crazy sale, and so I just kind of impulse bought it.
Where'd you buy it
Like,
from?
Nowadays, pre-builds can
Some-
be pretty good.
Yeah, some dude on eBay. It's an Omen, and it has a 3080 and the 5600 Ryzen. Is that the right number?
The current one's in the 7,000s, but
Yeah, none of
five
it's
is
like
last
state
gen.
of the art, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I mean, I'm coming from, I think I had a 1070
Ooh.
and a
Jesus
3600,
Christ.
so
You just
it's like
got
a,
killed at
10,
League of Legends
70?
lately, huh?
10?
yeah.
70, David?
Yeah.
When I built it, it was state of the art, but it turns out they've come out with a lot of new ones since then.
Holy
Dude,
Dude,
moly.
you can run League of Legends on
But-
120 FPS now? It's crazy.
Yeah, my friends were laughing at me because I got this computer. It was only $600.
That's what?
That's a great
Yeah.
deal, yeah.
Yeah, so I got that.
600? Wait, whoa. $600 for the whole pre-build.
Yeah,
It's got Chinese spiral
Nice.
on it, though.
and I mean it has like a
That's
really good cooler.
crazy.
I replaced all the fans in it because the biggest complaint about these computers I read was that it really overheats. So I got like a CPU radiator and replaced all the fans, and it runs pretty cool now.
Which
like, even if
which Omen case is it?
The 30L.
Oh yeah. That was my old computer before
Really?
I upgraded. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I had a 2060 in there, and it did fine with the fans, but man, it ran hot. Like,
That's what I've read is that it's like a radiator, but
like even though you only spent 600, I mean, you get like if there's a really good case with really good airflow for like $100, like you can still buy that and
yeah, I'll probably
Still a
get
hell of a
bored of this
deal.
case eventually, but
That's crazy.
just for the CPU and the GPU, it was
Yeah.
like just a
That's
really good,
really
especially for
good.
what I was coming from. You know, it
I
was
feel
a
like
big
people,
upgrade.
Yeah.
whenever they like look down on pre-builds nowadays, they're thinking of like those old shitty Dells that
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like
those
sold
horrible
from the
just dirty
library.
that don't
Yeah.
have that don't have graphics cards
yeah,
in them.
exactly. They have like integrated graphics on the MOBA.
Yeah.
And for some
Dude,
reason,
yeah.
all of those pre-build has that fucking like I'm trying to think of the proper term. It's like a twisted, off-centered CPU fan. Like it's a square, but it's like
Oh, I know
off
exactly what you're
angle.
talking about. The video that I watched of the people replacing the fans in this, he did that to his. He was like, I know it looks bad, but it's really good. And I was like, I'm not doing
That
that.
doesn't look like shit.
Like,
I
I
have
have
a-
my own CPU.
I have a CyberPower pre-built that I got like recently. That's got I got a 14 Gen i7 and 4080 Super, and I like it a lot, dude. It's like actually really well managed, like with and it was like it truly was not even that much. Like it is less than what you could build it for. It was like 16 or 1700, something like that,
Mhm.
like for literally new everything.
Yeah, no, I've been it honestly one of the bigger factors that I didn't consider until I opened it up and started replacing stuff. What you just said, like the cable management in it, is actually like really good, especially compared to what I
Yeah.
normally do. It's like already all managed.
HP actually
had
that
no
is their
management
best
before.
feature. But I mean, they
I'm like,
literally
wow.
have to do it well because otherwise it gets really hot. But
But out of necessity comes nice cable management.
they're new computers that like they're ones with their new case. They have
Mhm.
like one that has like the radiator above the like it's the actual case, and then it's like a whole like there's a space in between, and then they put the radiator. It's like it's actually one of the cooler PC cases. It's pretty cool.
That's neat. Yeah, my friends were making fun of me because I got it, and then I've just been really bored of my games, and on Steam their
Dude.
Bloons was on sale, and so I got it, and they're like, "So what are you doing on your brand new computer?" And I was like, "I'm playing Bloons Tower
Dude.
Defense."
Bloons
the
fucks,
gaming
dude.
landscape right
Bloons is
now
so
is-
fun.
Ugh.
With my little monkeys, they're
What
just
level
going
are
to
you?
town.
Tower Defense 6.
Yeah,
The true
Balloons Tower
question.
Defense
Hell yeah.
3, that was
I-
my favorite one.
I think I'm like level 40 now, like the overall level.
Yeah.
I got like
Dude.
maybe like 4 or 5 days ago, and I was like,
What's your favorite
who's
monkey?
been playing too much. I'm about to give you my level.
I like the figure 8 airplanes.
I've been playing for like a solid 11 years.
"Oh my god, that's awesome!"
I used to be like ranked in this game. I'll tell you my rank in a minute.
Tower Defense 6.
Yeah, dude, I have 4,000 hours.
Oh my god, man! When I first got my iPad, that's like I spammed that game. Like I saw it was like free on the iPad store, and I was like, oh my god! And so I grinded the
It's
shit out of
so
it. I was like
good.
trying to get all the
Dude.
medals and stuff.
Back
pretty
when
darn
like
fun.
Crazy Monkey Games and ABC
Oh my
Arcade
God.
and all that crap was a thing. I played so much Balloons Tower
Dude,
Defense.
it's such a good
I don't know
like
game.
why
the
it's so
rainbow
good.
colored ones and like and like the steel ones and
So good.
Yeah, I haven't loaded it up.
Dude, the
for
monkeys they
that
have now are
minute.
super cool though. My
Yeah,
favorite one's a
dude,
wizard.
Yeah, they have like ultra ones now, like that you can like upgrade past, like just like
Yeah.
those are so sick, dude. love that
I
game
guess
so much.
I was gonna say Jen. Kyle can't play today, or else we would have heard something from him. But since it's just him, I say we carry onwards and see maybe if you can join late or something. So let's go ahead and recap. And
hey,
I
that's
still
Kyle's
can't believe
name.
you
Oh
had
look,
a-
recap showed
Hey.
up.
Hey.
Oh, just in
sorry,
time.
guys.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay.
you're good.
We haven't even started yet. I just gave my spiel about how we can go get started and see if he joins.
David
And
just
boom.
said, let's recap, and then recap joined our lobby. It's fucking crazy.
Hey. That was planned, by the way.
He had an algorithm that was like, join now.
Okay. Let's recap. What happened last time?
We were at the not the Sanctum, Brooding Room
Mm-hmm.
before we
The
started.
chamber.
With Halbjorn working on a simulacrum while we left. We were at the bar. No. What was it?
The brothel.
The brothel.
Brothel.
Yes. What did
Kept
you learn
thinking
about the
Bordel.
brothel?
But it was not a brothel.
Vile didn't learn much. She let the Aslos and Jaryu go, wine and dine, get in the back room, do some stuff, and we get out of there.
It was
And,
actually a vampire club.
Yeah, Jin and Aslos, what did you learn about the quote-unquote brothel?
That their pleasure is eating people instead of the typical thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I was there, was I?
Who was there with you? Oh, it was Jaryu. Jaryu.
Yeah,
that's
you,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. What?
Sorry, we're talking about y'all's adventure at the brothel.
Oh, yeah.
And so, what did y'all? what were the important story beats of what you accomplished in the brothel?
We successfully brotheled it up,
Mm-hmm.
and then we brotheled hard, and then we brotheled with this guy until I brotheled him with my spell.
Yeah,
Um,
and you got him.
He got brotheled.
He got very brotheled.
Brotheled
Right,
real
with
bad.
With consent. With consent.
With consent. We cast the spell on this dude and told him to show up at the brood chamber.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
Actually, distinctly at the front of the inn.
That's right.
yes, we of course all remembered that. And so you went back to the brooding pit. Simulacrum gets made. What happens the following day?
He shows up. He takes the simulacrum and the satchel of amulets, and we never hear from him again, except for
Yeah.
the explosions.
True. And so after you say goodbye to your new friend, what do you all proceed to do?
Make our way to the
We
arcane
book it to the college. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Halbjorn throws down his illusion. We run up into the college, trying to get them to all come out. That didn't work, but we still got in there and went downstairs.
And came across a high-ranking, presumably, 1T.
Yeah.
And Jin smooth talked his way into convincing him that he had to evacuate and that we would watch the portal. And it got really tense
Right.
for a moment. We thought we were going to have to fight. But
Yeah.
turns out by making such moves, it actually helped us by accident.
Yeah, little did you know that your acknowledgement of the portal actually made him trust you. So that was pretty neat. And so, where did things leave off?
Jin was gonna escort this magic fellow. I'm assuming he's magic also. To
Out
the
the
battle
front.
lines. Or,
Out
out the front door.
basically. And we were going to go guard the portal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
assuming that. Yeah, he'll make his way back.
Level
True.
8 spell stuck ass.
I,
Oh, in hindsight,
No,
yeah, I feel.
Manny.
I should have
Yeah.
said there should have been a minimum maximum. Is really maybe a percent die next time would be better, right? Like, because then you could
Mhm.
say Well, no, 10% is always going to fail, and you're never going to get all 100%. So 90 is your max, or something like that.
Yeah,
Felt real bad.
it possibly could have been done better. It was also very unlucky.
Yeah, you're not supposed to miss 4 in a row at 18 DC.
Yeah, I think I gave those +1s, so it was
Yeah.
just super unlucky.
Oh,
But your heart was there, Thunder, and that's what we care about the most.
I'm over it. Better
Um,
doesn't give a fuck.
2 18s would have failed if it wasn't a
I'm
+1.
so over it.
any questions, clarifications anyone needs before we hop in?
I don't know. Don't think so.
Cool. Let's
In case you were really concerned, I'm level 156, which is the max that you can possibly be.
hell yeah.
And I have 300,000 monkey cash. And even better, 6,000 games played.
Wow. I could only aspire.
I'm so proud. You're welcome.
We will have to pick your monkey brain later.
You are more than welcome to.
Together, strong.
Eight together. Okay, let's hop on in. I want to take us to not there. To here.
Ooh.
The Shrine of Sesiva.
Oh, let's go.
The sun is hot and the air is humid as a Wanti slowly makes its way through the street of the former Grand City. Trailing behind this Wanti in bindings is a dwarf, an elderly dwarf. I think that most that would see this dwarf would recognize him to be a magus of some sort due to his clothing. And the two of them walk silently together. The Wanti is walking strangely. Or I guess I should say slithering strangely. Not making eye contact with any other Wanti that it walks past. It almost looks glazed as it pulls itself forward. It seems quite clear by the way that this Wanti is walking, or slithering, that it is making its way to the Grand Market in the center of the city. As it enters the Grand Market, the Wanti is stopped by several guardsmen who grow slightly suspicious of this Wanti leading a dwarf into the market, especially with how the Wanti is acting. The guardsmen approach the Wanti in the most traditional sense, but find that the Wanti does not stop for them at all, and continues forward, ignoring them. This raises even more alarm bells, as Wanti seniority is not used to being ignored, especially so brazenly and disrespectfully. The pair moves forward. At first, it would seem as though that they are making their way towards the Black Temple, but they instead are turning to move past it, as they clearly are beginning to make their way towards the Shrine of Sesiva, the large serpentine statue framed on a gargantuan wall where the Wanti gather to hold sacrifice. The Wanti and this dwarf are beginning to attract attention not only from the guardsmen, but from civilians as well. The attention that civilians are garnering towards them is a direct result of the guards' attention towards them, as now probably half dozens Wanti are beginning to trail these two, trying to get the Wanti to stop and answer their questions about who he is, the dwarf that's with him, the reason behind it, where he's going. And they're becoming more forceful in their attempt to stop the Wanti, and behind them is a trail of civilians who are watching curiously, but also slightly cautiously. And whenever the 1T gets probably about 50 yards or so from the shrine, one of the 1T guards pulls out his glaive, unsheaths it, and places it in front of the 1T in an effort to directly stop him. As he does so, he cuts the 1T with the glazed eyes. And as soon as this happens, the 1T reaches into the satchel, and in one fluid motion, a large explosion triggers, blowing back the guardsmen, the civilians, the dwarf, and everything ruptures, including the Shrine of Sesava.
Whoa.
Aw,
And there's a little cloud of smoke. And I guess the simulacrum, God, that word, simulacrum, does his part as well. Truthfully, I have a tough time remembering all of the details of this plan. I think the simulacrum had a 8th level fireball prepared, and
Isn't it 2?
there you go.
He had an
Yeah, he was
8th
trying to
level
get a little
one.
bit of space as the amulets get broken, and
He had,
cast
well, yeah, I
fireball.
would assume that getting blown back would be enough space. So he had an
For
8th
sure.
level one set up. He had a 5th level one set up via contingency, and then after that one would not go off until he casts the 8th level one.
Yeah, that 8th level spell's pretty cool.
This is just a 5th level spell casted at 8th level or 3rd level spell.
A huge explosion triggers mass casualties, wild attention.
That did
Dang,
7
that
less
actually,
damage, but
yeah, 3
3
less
levels
die.
lower.
And the Grand Market is in shambles.
And remember, he just continues casting him until he dies.
Yeah, he's just kind of pumping.
He's just pumping out fireballs, maybe some chain lightnings, just going at it. And then
At the
whenever he
same
dies, he
time,
just falls off into a little muddy
little
pile.
clay puddle. At the same time is the group of you. Jin, you are leading a senior 1T through the arcane atrium. The 1T is following behind you and isn't really saying anything. Is just kind of quietly moving. I'm trying to pull up a good picture of what this 1T would look like. Are you saying anything to the 1T as the two of you are moving?
No, but after a while in the silence, I do ask like where he wants to be escorted to.
And he would look at you and kind of quietly almost say, I want to safely be brought to the front. Where is the danger?
I'm not sure exactly, but the sounds were coming from this direction, and I wave vaguely.
He looks at where you vaguely wave. And you can see that he is not impressed with this answer. It is your duty to protect me, an abomination. Bring me to where I will be safe, based on the information that you provided me. You are the one with the information of this danger, yes?
Well, forgive my ignorance. I'm just confused by the orders you've given me. Do you want to be to the front, like where the danger is, or do you want to be somewhere safe?
No, I want to be somewhere safe.
And I flick my tongue and bow my head and start escorting him up the stairs.
And the two of you begin your ascent up the large staircase in the center of the atrium.
And what's the scene like in here?
The scene is quiet. Most people that have wanted to leave already have left. As this chamber was definitely a lot more audible to the explosion. This 1T didn't necessarily hear the explosion or the ruckus that happened afterwards because he was so deep underneath the ground. But here, it was quite audible. So almost all 1T have evacuated if they were going to.
Mm-hmm. So as we're walking up the stairs, I kind of regale him, like, me and my brothers in arms were just got back from the Great Temple giving our offering when we heard this great explosion. Kaboom! Trying to like mimic what it sounded like.
And the 1T flickers his tongue at you. I do not care of your stories. I want to live.
Of course. And I just continue in silence.
Did you happen to see the cause of this explosion? Is this an attack?
I fear so. What else could it be?
And when you say this, he's silenced for a moment. Perhaps this calls for an aggressive move. Our position here is clearly not safe.
I will escort you wherever you wish.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant more generally to the war effort, not me particularly, but just the 1T front in general.
I agree. I think it's past time we've just burned this entire scourged place.
And at this point, he's kind of leading himself, which I think for you would perhaps be a slight relief, as you really have no idea where you're going.
Yep.
And he brings himself into what appears to have been at one point a large classroom. It's beautifully crafted, handsome wood, and a large wooden desk. It's covered in cobweb and dust. It clearly has not been used for some time. And the 1T looks around it and says, I will remain here until I hear that it is safe. My life is too precious to be risked.
And I give a very deep bow. And I say, I will return to my brothers, but I'll come back after we get the all clear.
And he doesn't really acknowledge you. He kind of just ignores you as he gets settled into this room.
Before I leave, are there any other messages you'd like to be delivered?
And he turns back to acknowledge you. No. Do not mess this up.
I bow my head, flick my tongue, and I leave.
For the rest of you, you are back down in the chamber that this 1T was in whenever the group of you approached him. I'll link a picture of it again. It's like a study of sorts. You would think that maybe at one point it was the office of a professor, perhaps, because it's definitely stylized as so. It is filled with handsome bookshelves, a fireplace, a wonderfully large desk. It has pictures in this picture, but you're underground, so they're magic. And there's really only one way forward in this room. There's the entryway in which you came, and another door on the other side of it.
So let's open the door.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll move through to the next room. The next room is definitely quite a bit different. It shares the same elegance as the one before it. As you all can tell, this arcane college probably once held. But this room has been modified quite strongly. You can see that in this chamber, a basin has been erected in its center. Inside is a deep black liquid that is almost kind of bubbling in and of itself. It seems to be of great importance, and we'll say that you enter from the right side. On the left side is another door to move forward. You can see that on small desks kind of lining the walls are pieces of parchment that appear to have been used quite readily, quite regularly. Halbjorn, you rolled an Arcana check.
Yeah, I just do I understand any of the magical properties coming from this pool, or does it look like black broth?
Question. You don't recognize it as black broth. Similar idea, but different execution. You would definitely be able to sense that this is magical in nature, but nothing necessarily beyond that. Thunder, you rolled a perception check. What are you trying to perceive?
Does anything pique my interest in this room?
Wow.
I'm a curious cat, David.
So true. You, I think what would pique your interest beyond the very self-evident basin of mysterious black liquid in front of you would be the parchment that I pointed out earlier. Those are really the only two notable features of this room. Are desks of parchment and this large basin and another door.
And is this bubbling from heat or from another?
That you would not know by looking at it.
I want to pull out an empty vial from my kit and use Mage Hand and try to scoop up some of this.
Okay. And you would find that it scoops just fine. It doesn't like burn through the glass. It retains its liquid properties. It's now just some black liquid in a little vial. Before we go on, Jin, are you going straight back down to them?
Yeah, I was hoping I could maybe try to take a peek at one of those letters he was writing, but it didn't seem like he was going to give me a good opportunity, so I'll just head back instead of risking it.
Okay. The papers are still on his desk. If you would like to take a peek
Oh,
at some of them.
yeah, once I get back to that room, I'll definitely rummage.
Sure. You watch as the 1T symbols become translated for you due to the hat that you're wearing, almost like a cipher happening in front of your eyes. And you can see that the papers that he was organizing and mostly took, except for a few, appear to be logs of some sort. You can see that they follow a very similar form in that it is recording what appears to be individual names, leadership names, regiment names, each for the same, which you would presume to be 1T, as well as a signature from one of them. And I'd like for you to roll me an insight check.
Oof.
They none of this really makes much sense to you, but you now know what was in the papers.
And I'm going to actually take them with me.
Okay, sure, go ahead. And when you proceed to the next room, you would see your compatriots.
Like, hey guys.
And Halbjorn has a mage hand holding a black vial filled with black liquid.
I'm like, what are y'all doing?
They're getting. I think he's getting a sample.
I don't know what the fuck this
Next
is.
room,
Getting
no.
a sample.
Yeah, he's got to get. He's the guy that does that. Next room.
No, wait, but take a look at what I just found. And I show him all the papers.
Mhm.
These were on that guy's desk. Clearly important. I just can't gleam how.
Clearly important, but I don't know
Clearly.
why.
We are just hold on to him. Well,
See if you
yeah.
can make sense of them.
I mean, right now we're on a mission. What are we doing?
Yep, they do seem pretty important. I don't know why.
Just look at them.
And Halbjorn, you see the same kind of matrix, almost like a spreadsheet of name, leadership name, regiment name, signature, line by line. But kind of the same for you. You're having a tough time putting it together as to how it could be meaningful.
I'm too focused on bottling this liquid, so I can't like really parse out what I'm looking at.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, those look important. We should look at those later.
I'll try to figure out the puzzle too.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to try and figure
I'll
out, they
I'll
can
look
insight
at him
check.
too.
Oh, my god. Oh my god. I even have a
Not that
insight.
insightful.
Wow.
Oh my god. We're all too distracted.
I mean, I wish I had like a military.
Oh!
And there he
Are
is.
you?
Jaryu's like, I've seen these a million times.
The Worm Clan represents.
Hi guys.
After the group of you all study these logs, these manifests, Jaryu, I think it would click for you that you are beginning to understand what you're looking at. This appears to be like a almost like an entry manifest, as though they're cataloging each person, each 1T that attempted to access this chamber. And from what you can glean from it, it appears as though the information that they were requesting was the name of the individual, the name of their commander, the name of their regiment, and then a signature from that commander, allowing them to proceed into this room.
Guys, I explain all that.
Well, holy shit, that's super useful. We can just, forge our alibi with this.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, Jen.
Do we need to? We have to literally teleport across the world?
Well, this
Yeah,
will give
that's how
us
we were
cover
just
for
gonna go
where
through
we're
these
going to,
rooms,
right?
get to the portal, and
Yeah.
get over it.
And what if we want to come back, you know? What if we just have enough over there? We're gonna dip out.
All right, so we're
We
gonna
didn't save the world. Let's fucking go back and watch it burn down. You know?
No, we should try to go to Idaho instead, Screw Malnova. Different continent.
Too many trees. Idaho's way better. We got sand dunes over there.
Yeah. A lot of drama in that Malnova over there.
Universe.
Shall we go to the next room?
I go to the next room.
Yeah,
I'm down.
y'all.
Make use of that.
You just kind of, not awkwardly, but you observe the giant basin filled with black liquid, and you just move on without it.
I
You
don't
really
want to
need
go
it.
step in it or touch it. Or
No, you don't need to.
But is it the black broth? Is that what that
No,
is?
I determined it is not the black broth. It is similar in something. I don't remember what David said.
Wait, is there like a scroll or a book in here?
Yes, there are several stacks of parchment on different desks up against the wall.
Oh well, I'm just gonna take them all then.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
you just
I'm
scoop
gonna
them up and
like gotta
shove
scoop
them
it
in.
up, and I kind of hand it over to Jaryu and be like, "Hey man, like you'll know what this is," and then I move on.
I kind of want to put something in it to see what happens.
Jaryu, I saw that you rolled an Arcana check. What are you trying to arcanize?
I don't know if I'm trying to arcanize or just is it the same as the liquid from the temple pool?
Now that is a good question. Just by looking at it, Jaryu, you would think yes.
Yeah. I'm very convinced of the fact
temple
that I know
bubbling.
that it's the exact same, and I tell everyone that.
Was the temple liquid bubbling though?
Yeah, probably. These ones here are weird.
Can I do a
Roll me
recall?
roll me an insight check, Thunder. I like this.
I don't remember it bubbling because we would have remembered that when we were having to deal the. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait, isn't the temple liquid just the
insight? You said insight?
Yeah.
Wait, wouldn't the temple liquid just be the snake venom or whatever? Isn't that what we offered?
Right, I thought that was all we were.
Yeah, that's what we offered. It was just.
Yeah. This your recollection is correct, Thunder. That liquid really wasn't bubbling in the temple like it is here. And I'm not saying it's like super bubbling, it's just kind of more in motion. Maybe like a very soft rolling boil. Oh, cutie. But yeah, just enough to kind of give it motion. It's not placid water. Liquid.
Can we tell if like the base of this liquid is the venom? I mean, our face was in it, damn near, to offer.
You can roll me a nature check if you're
Does it
proficient.
smell like the venom?
Does it taste like the venom? Damn.
Damn.
I'm convinced it's the
I
same.
mean, I could do
stuff,
animal
guys.
handling. I mean, it's like
No.
poison.
You
animals have
you aren't sure,
poison.
Thunder. You aren't sure if it's like the exact same like composition, but
Gotcha. Should have been a survival check.
and Jar, you now have the manuscripts from this room. They're given to you by Aslos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I look at Aslos and say, "Yes, I know exactly what these are."
Give us another insight check. Let's see.
Thank you.
Let's see how much you gleam. And
Oh,
I was
that
wanting another
one.
crit. You kind of quickly glance at these and then don't look at them again.
I just shove them roughly in my pocket, like so sticking out, just like.
Yeah, I don't really care what they say. I just wanted to, I assumed that he would know, so I just handed it to him.
I don't know, but I tell Aslos I know. Aslos, I know exactly what these are. Trust me.
God, I knew our chief commander of the Worm Clan would know all.
Okay. Are y'all done here? Or
I kind of look around and go, "Where's this portal?"
Next room. And I go open the door.
and you open the door. In the next room, it is a circular room.
Oh my god.
A tall
We bad
circular
boys.
room. Probably a roof about 50 feet high.
I have
In
flashbacks.
In this chamber, it is entirely made of large flagstone and is entirely empty. The only thing inside of this chamber
Is a vampire
rests
book.
at its center. At its center is a large stone archway, like the one you see here. It is not connected to any of the walls or the ceiling. It is a lone, separated archway. Now, for the group of you that have been in this chamber before, I think that you would all feel chills walking in here and seeing this archway once again.
Not I.
For this, not you. This is the very same archway that you walked through the first time.
It's only four
And
of us that have done that.
that's true. There
The
is
archway
a
that started a war.
that started a world war.
I just stare into the portal.
There's a certain stillness to this chamber. The emptiness of it, I think, would also be almost disorienting. And in this silence, the group of you can see through this portal. You can also see that the stone leading to the portal from where you are standing is much more worn and rugged than the first time you were here. There are large streaks of dirt in the pathway there. A lot of the stone has become cracked and broken under the weight of war machines being brought to and from this chamber, as well as Wanti that have traversed from Raptua to Malnova in great numbers.
Wait, so unlike we can now see through it to the other side?
No, this is just the picture that the
Oh,
AI
I thought
thing
you
made
had
for
said
me.
that. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I mean, you can see through it, and then as in, you can see through the other side, like it's,
Right.
Transparent?
Yeah.
How it used to. Yeah, okay.
it's a hole. I guess it's
Got it.
less eloquently.
It's a hole.
I thought it was different. Like it was now
No,
like
no.
they've set it up where you only go to one place.
No.
Clever.
And that's a good point, Aslos, is that visually, when you look at this archway, it looks unbecoming. There is nothing magical appearing about it whatsoever. It just looks like a simple breezeway.
So, when you go through this portal, do you like appear like randomly somewhere in Raptua? Is that what you're saying, Aslos?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's no way to tell where we're gonna land.
Yeah, if we all go through it at the same time, we should all be in the same place. But
Alright.
we have appeared at different places when we've entered,
Let's all hold
not at the
hands.
same time.
Out of character, I'm pretty sure some of us were like in the stomach of some giant blizzard thing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We teleported into the stomach of something.
Well, how does out of character? How does I guess this could be in character, but like how do they use this portal to reliably navigate back and forth with war machines?
Well, they might have changed it.
Well,
I mean, we have other portals
Yeah, they might
now
have
that we
changed
know.
Oh,
We have other portals now that go
No,
to
no.
Stones.
specific
Remember,
areas.
y'all had black stones.
Yeah,
or
we
something,
had.
didn't y'all?
There was
Well-
like a stone that we needed to like.
It was like a
I don't
glyph
know. You.
plate.
Yeah, we needed to like connect the portal or something
That's right.
with the stone. And so
Okay.
when we first went into it, like it wasn't connected or something. But then when we
With
like
that being said, I want to look at the stone, make sure it's not like, I want to look at this stone to see if it's like the first one that we went through. See if I have any memory of it.
Sure, roll me an insight check.
I would bet back then there was no stone.
While he's rolling that, I guess my concern is like if they've set this up as like a static 1-to-1 transfer, like are we gonna walk into a
Oh
nest
yeah,
of
we could.
like
we
an
could be
army of
completely-
1T?
Probably, but we were all disguised as 1T.
I'm just asking. Just asking.
No, I mean we probably will be walking into an occupied city on the other side.
Ian, give me
Sweet.
those. Give me those names again. Or you need to study them. You're our face. Remember
What?
some of those names.
That's a terrible idea. Yeah, give me some names. I need some 1T names. As I read the
names
list.
are on that list.
I somehow
Um,
deciphered 1T language, even though
What do you guys think about the idea of destroying the portal on this side?
well, don't we have
How would we do that if we go through it?
Yep.
I can set up something. Like I could create like a giant freaking massive rock above the portal, and when I teleport through, it'll drop and crush it or something.
I mean,
Oh yeah, and we can make it seem when we go through, and if we're going into like a 1T base, we can make it seem like it's already being under attack and they're like super screwed. so we
Surely
can
they're
get
gonna
in.
have a way of communicating with people in Grand City and know that's not the case. I mean, they're gonna talk about the explosion that happened, but
well, if somebody's on the other side of this. We have to do that. We'll do it, and hopefully
we
it's.
can also
in
destroy it
enough
on
time.
the other side of it. We can also
What
go to the other
happens
side
right
and
now? That's
destroy
how
it there.
fast. Yeah.
Do I know anything at all from my insight check, dude?
Yeah, you as you approach the archway, clearly keeping a large enough distance to not contact the threshold whatsoever, and you can see at the top of it, arch thingy, there is where the black stone was originally inset, right? Is been replaced. And the closer that you get to this archway, the more you can see that it has been manipulated in some way, right? It has been modified by the 1T. And you can see that once again, I'm gonna draw this on the thingy just to help visualize. If this is the arch, right? There is very clearly and prominently where the black stone was before, a stone up here. It is also black, but you can see that it has green runes, glyphs, carved into it. And the longer you stare at this stone, the more it begins to decipher for you, thanks to your hat that helps you understand the Wanti language. And you can see that down here near the base are more stone. As you begin to put together a picture of what you're looking at. Something like this, right? And as you begin to cipher the markings on all of these stones, you think that you are beginning to understand. The stone at the top is your destination, and they have created multiple way keys depending on where they need to go, replacing the one at the top. Whenever the group of you had used this previously, you had a single stone that fit into the top, but the Wanti have been using multiple for different locations.
Do they have the destination on them?
They do, but you find that the name isn't particularly helpful. For example, this is the name that you see in the one that is currently inset at the top.
What do all of them say?
Sure, just a second. Let me make you a full list. So here is the one at the top is going to be the same. And then the rest. You rolled an insight check. Jaryu, what is that for?
I just want to look at the names very intensely.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm breaking it down.
Yeah,
But...
like cramming for a test right before right before you walk in. I like it.
I'm gonna study
Damn,
the
Jacob,
runes.
you needed a 29.
I'm gonna study the runes and see if I can decipher. Because I should know how warp gates work pretty well.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just like Stargate.
I work in the Arcane College with the Raven Clan, where the warp gate is. I'm a scholar. It just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Sure, makes sense to me. What are you wanting to study about it? I guess would be my question.
Well, I know how the gates work, so I'm trying to see what I can glean off of it, like where it's going to take us. Like, do I feel comfortable that this is going to take us to a set destination or whatever in Rep 2?
Okay, I think I understand. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
I already rolled 28.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I'm also typing. One last thing.
I guess I can roll another one just to see.
No, that's fine. So Aslos, these are the names that you receive while Halbjorn is investigating the archway himself, and Jaryu is desperately trying to memorize and understand these names. Halbjorn, as Aslos is looking at the names on each of these keys, we'll call them way keys. You are investigating the gate itself. And I think that in a way you would be a little awestruck by this. It would be like being able to visualize in person, like almost like one of the pyramids. A foundation for which societies have tried to emulate farther in the future, right? Something that seems as though it almost can't be due to when it was made. You've of course heard of this artifact before. It is probably one of the most special artifacts of any Arcane College of Malnova, certainly of the Grand City Arcane College, which is of great renown to begin with. So to be able to see this in person would be maybe slightly emotional for you. And even despite the modifications that have been made by the Wanti to use this waygate more industrially, it's still in pristine condition, despite its age. You would be able to see the way that it creates magical, almost like veins, like conduits, that allow the obsidian disc at the top to be read as some kind of primitive way key to direct this way gate. You would know from the research that's already been conducted by the Grand City Arcane College that these modifications are probably what allows it to now be functional. As before, especially as this group has experienced, while it was technically functional before, without a receptor, without a place to be received, it was sporadic, dangerous, and completely unpredictable. But the 1T seemed to have fixed that.
Yeah, I'm actually like like you said, I'm in awe. Like Halbjorn is honestly impressed that the 1T have been able to figure this out.
Yeah, I think that there would be like admiration is maybe too positive a word, but it's clear that the 1T understands something about this waygate that humanity has been unable to unravel. Whether or not they discovered it or they already knew it, I think that would be a different discussion. But clearly, it's one of those two because it is now a kind of a focal point as to why they're able to succeed so well in this war.
And while everyone else continues talking about that, I pull out a piece of paper and I pull out my notebook and start taking a bunch of notes and drawing little sketches and like of exactly what I'm looking at.
So are these so they're removable, these stones?
Right.
I want to pull like each one of them off, and I want to like be doing an intense investigation to see which one's the most worn. Like, meaning it's been picked up the most, like potentially dropped, placed in the thing, and which one is the least worn.
Okay. Let's do. Is anyone helping him with that? Or I guess my question would be, what are the rest of you doing while this is taking place?
I would like to make sure the room is like barricaded from the inside, so that like no one from the outside can like come in here. Just make sure it's safe from
Okay. Yeah.
other people just walking in.
I'm requesting Jin's help with this.
Yeah, I'll help.
I'm reading over the notes that were
Okay.
given to me from Jen while I'm picking gross shit out of my beard, you know?
Yeah.
Like studying intensely still.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wanted to see if these names were mentioned in the documents that we got from the other room.
Sure. Roll a. Okay, let's roll some things. Azos and Jin, roll together for me a perception check or an investigation check. I'm sorry, as you investigate these stone keys. Thunder, I would like for you to roll me an investigation check with Jaryu as the two of you work through those documents. Ventus, I would like for you to roll me a perception check as you stand guard at the door. And Fayo, what are you doing?
I would definitely be just watching Ventus watch the door.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Azos, you and Jin begin to very closely look at these different keys. Like you said, Azos, you want to see which ones are worn, which ones have clearly been moved the most, inset the most. And after a few minutes of investigation, you feel as though the group of you two are able to put them in very clear kind of piles and categories. In one category would be heavily worn, which you feel like are the ones that have easily been used the most. This is pretty visually evident. That would be Darzalur, Lolis, Lizazeri. Next would be, I guess, in the middle. These are harder for the two of you to discern. They don't feel like they've never been used, but they're not as used as the others. That would be Yokarezd, Zazardi, and I already said Lolis. So it'd be those two. There are two that seem very visually evident that they have hardly been used. They're almost pristine keys. That would be the Heart of Uptau and the River Zezaza.
I think, and I'm looking at everybody in the room like, I believe that we should go to River Zezaza. And I explained to them as I've like gone through everything. There are two that have not been touched a lot. And like I'm explaining the piles. And it's these two. We need to go to a location that doesn't have a lot, and I don't trust anything that says the Heart of Uptau. So
What if
does everybody agree?
What if there's a reason they're not traveled to as much? Like, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a smaller city. There could be something, like, way bigger that we don't know about. I don't know, it's just throwing that out
River
there.
seems like a variable we don't have to deal with. Maybe the Jakara's one that was in the middle.
I just know wherever we go, we
these
should
sound
take the
like
keys with us.
cities. These two new ones do not sound like cities.
That's true.
Well,
Rivers seems like more of a location than a city.
The Heart of Uptau, like the city center of a
Yeah,
city named
that
Uptau.
worries me. Now, I'm not suggesting that one. That one scares me
I don't
the
want that one
most.
either. I think you're right, Aslos. That one sounds terrible.
So we either should go to like very used and plan to deal with a bunch of Wanti like in it, like where we are right now, or like because I'm assuming the one that's up top or Darzular is probably the most common, like showing like how worn it is. Like I'm assuming this might be a city.
And as we're talking about this, I pull out the Darzular plate because I'm like, something could have just teleported right to us while we were discussing this.
And as you pull out that plate, the green runics that were on it and kind of glowing turn off. They're now just carvings.
Yeah, watch like a whole fucking battalion comes through while we're all chilling right here or some shit.
Yeah. So I think we should either go to very, very worn or Rivers, which sounds like it's out in the middle of maybe nowhere. Maybe there's like a dangerous big creature out there.
Accomplish our goal?
I would just be really worried about popping into a one of these big populated cities. I mean, they have it on there for a reason, right? They have it on there for a reason. Like it's obviously going to be near something.
I think the middle and the less worn ones are definitely the options. I don't want to go to the most worn ones.
I agree with that.
Maybe...
I'm just concerned that there's. It seems like it would be the better option, but that might mean it's not because it's Dungeons and Dragons.
So we
stop metagaming, bro.
We should vote.
I mean, we could roll some dice. I mean,
we should vote on where we want to go and get a vote from everybody, and then see if we can come to a majority.
Before this vote occurs, I would like to think that kind of while y'all are having that discussion, Jaryu, you and Thunder are kind of deep into your own investigation, right? And the two of you rolled very well, and you are finding, you are discovering something. As you begin to place the documents next to one another, documents that you got from the room of the abomination, the 1T rank, and the room with the pool, you find that you are able to match up a list of 1T names between the two rooms. And you can see that in the parchment from the room that had the basin in it, next to each name is a large check mark, as though they have done something or are cleared of something. And the two of you with your investigation checks are beginning to put together a picture of what you evaded doing. You believe that in the room with the 1T in it, with the desk, is where you would have to register. You would have to provide your name, your battalion, your commander, and your commander would have to sign off on you being allowed to proceed through the waygate. And then in the next room, that list that you provide is somehow cross-checked, examined. You are somehow cleared in the room with the pool, with the basin, to then proceed further. But it's essentially a ledger keeping track of every 1T that applies to use the waygate.
Okay.
So we know
So-
how many total each waygate has when it comes to like 1T movement.
Right. You would be able to track 1T movement through this gate. And maybe more importantly, too, as this discussion is coming up, you can see where they applied for their destination to be.
Yeah, where is the highest?
Right. The highest would certainly be Dalzular.
Where's the lowest?
You cannot find any, at least on the short list that you have, right? You don't have a full ledger. You have maybe 10 names.
Oh,
None of them are going to the heart of Ubtao or the river. There are individuals going to all of the others. You're able to trace down all of the others.
I'd go
Okay.
for a high five to Kujaru.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell
See,
yeah.
something just seems off about that.
No, yeah, for sure.
No, I'm starting to think the river's a good idea.
Well, put it in the chat in there what you vote for.
Wait, what?
Why would no one team?
It's
go there
definitely
if there's a portal
weird.
there? Something's weird
I-
about that.
It's a future
I-
plan for sure.
I would rather deal with no want-T than a shit ton of them.
Yeah,
What
but I mean,
about
I don't
no-
know what
about
those
no
middle
1T?
cities
What about no 1T, but a massive like 80-foot serpent that's in the river?
Why would they have a way portal to that? But
Maybe to
I
trick
mean-
people who aren't used to going through these into going ones that aren't used.
it could also
But what
be
if
like
we go
a
somewhere
sacred
and like warn
religious site,
people?
you know?
yeah, but in what world is the want-T who see themselves as the greatest species to ever live going to think that a group of merchants is going to sneak in and then plant a fake portal for them to get in? There's no chance that any other person alive has gotten into this portal and made it past everybody and done this. There's no way. However, it is weird there's not guards in here.
Oops.
Maybe the Golden Lions.
We're supposed to be the guards.
And
True.
Well,
Ventus, you're continuing to listen and you don't hear anything yet. I wanted to acknowledge your check.
I just want to make sure like the door can't be opened from
Right.
the outside.
All right, well let's link arms and go to the river.
Should
Yeah, we already got
question?
4
Should we
rivers.
take the other
Oh.
keys with us?
Ooh.
For sure.
Yeah, take them all.
Good idea,
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah.
beautiful.
And I know you said the room was empty. Is there like anything else that might be in the room that we could take?
No, nothing
Okay.
else material.
Hey, Hobjorn, do you have like a spell to where like we go through and then you can like take the gem with us, even though we used it on the gate? Like, do you have like some kind of connection to the item? To no, okay. Just curious.
I could, if I did telekinesis, it would just go away as soon as I teleport. So.
Wait, so anybody that comes into this room after we teleport through will know which one we went through because we've left
Yeah.
that stone behind.
Yep.
Correct.
That's why I think we should try. Is there a giant? In this picture, there's giant rocks right here. Is there a giant rock right there?
Giant
No,
rock.
not like that. But this room is made of rocks. I mean, it's like made of stone. Like it's a stone room.
Because I was thinking of telekinesis of just hovering a giant rock above the fucking portal, and when we go through
Ooh.
it will fall on it. But
Yeah,
what
I
I can
like
do is I can actually, Yeah, I got this.
We can leave the main city one behind too, like, right? Like,
Whatever.
But we're going to the
one
river.
Yeah, the one that we're going to will be clearly visible.
Yeah, so
Honestly,
they know
we
where we
shouldn't
went.
take them with us if we're gonna crush it, because then it's still gonna be the plate's still gonna be there, regardless if it's rubble or not.
The
So if
plate?
we don't want them to know where we're going, then we need to go through whatever we want to go through, crush the portal, and not take any of the plates with us.
Yeah, so they're confused by
Yeah.
all of the stones.
that's true.
If we crush all the rubble and there's one plate left, they're still gonna find the one plate and be like, oh, they
Well,
went here.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we could take one plate with us, like, just in case, right? Like, we could take,
Well,
like...
Yeah, take the main one.
Let's take
Like-
the
So
whatever the fucking first one was.
Yeah,
Dark
well,
Czar.
yeah. Yeah,
but
let's
my
take
main-
that one, and then, like, the heart of Oob Tao, and then call it a day.
Well, like
Okay.
my main reasoning for taking the keys was like they won't be able to continue using the support.
That's
Not
why
necessarily.
That's why we take
like,
the big
for-
one.
Yeah, well, yeah, we take the main one, the one that they go to the most often, and then
Oh,
we
okay,
take
okay.
the one that sounds the most suspicious. Like, I mean, obviously nobody's going to this. It might be super important, and the river might be super dangerous. So, I think Darzular is a good one to take. Should we take, like, one other in the middle? Like, should we just take one of each? I mean, if we leave behind 5, they're still going to think we're going to one of the other ones. So why don't we just take one in the middle, the heart, and then Darzular? What do you think?
Mass confusion.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
thank
I
you,
don't
sure.
see any harm.
Because we're still leaving 4
Yeah, I don't
behind.
see a negative of
Yep.
it. So yeah,
I think we should do this now, because the longer we wait here, the more chance we
Yeah,
get.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
time. We
yeah,
got to
yeah.
go.
So let's take Yokarez? How do you say that?
Yokarez?
They say that
Yokarez?
shit.
Yokarez?
Heart of
Dar-
Utao, and Darzular.
Yeah, and then go.
But still destroy it,
Oh.
right? Like with the rock above.
Yeah, so Halvjorn
Yeah.
is going to create. It is an image, but I got something cool about that. Hold on. I'm gonna create a 20-foot, massive, like 20-foot rock, image of one, hovering at the top height of the room,
Okay.
and it's just chilling up there.
And I captured 2 of them. You took the key to Darzular, to Yokarez, and what was
And
the
heart
last
of
one?
Utao.
Heart of Utao.
The Heart of Ubtao. Very cool.
And
Okay.
what does it look like when we put the river stone in the thing? Is it different than the Darzular one?
No, it's no different. Whenever you insert it, the glyphs on that one then begin to glow like a soft green. And Halbjorn, you project an image of rubble.
It's just a giant 20-foot cube.
Okay.
Hovering directly above the portal. And I'm like, alright, we gotta leave, because this won't last super long.
Alright. All join hands.
And as we join hands, I get ready to use, as soon as we are about to pass through, illusory reality, and it turns the stone into a real stone for a minute.
Very cool. You materialize that stone as the group of you kind of join hands and clasp one another.
Oh, and I guess as part of the illusion, I can adjust it to where I make it look like it's a falling rock. So I can just make it look like it's falling fast, and then it
Sure.
becomes real. Hell.
And you insert the river keystone, and the group of you clasp your arms together, and you proceed through the gate.
David,
Nice.
as I go through the gate, I'm wondering why the Yanti don't have a word for heart and river.
They well, it translated for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And as the group of you proceed through, you feel the same lurching feeling that you feel in your stomach the very first time that you took this portal, as the sky around you turns black and you are pulled forward as though a hook wrapped around your waist and yanked you. And all in one fluid motion, the group of you, with your eyes still closed, feel the weather change as the air grows humid and hot. The sun begins to cake against your skin, and the group of you emerge in Raptua.
Oh shit.
Let's go.
Dang. I get chills from being back here.
And poetically, to the song that we're listening to, you see winding down below you a strong river. It winds back and forth, and you can see that the group of you are standing on a tall hill. You can see almost exactly what you see in this image in front of you, where the sun is beginning to set behind a column of large mountains. And you can see that while you are in a beautifully lush jungle, this is a mountainous jungle for sure, and you are at an elevation that allows you to see this wide breadth of the river flowing in front of you. Like I described before, the weather is humid, the air is hot, and even as the sun is setting, it still feels hot against your skin.
Do we have a
Thunder-
portal behind us?
Yes, you do. Behind you, constructed in a black marble-like stone, is an archway, identical to the one that you just passed through. You can see that it is very slowly being overtaken by vines and overgrowth due to the rapid growth of this jungle. But you can also see that around its base, it has been cleared by whoever constructed it. There is dirt and no foliage really at its base, giving the impression of foot traffic to some degree. But beyond the actual portal itself, there is a small trail that leads down an elevation, kind of down the hill in front of you into the canopy. But beyond that, there is no other structures here. There are no Wanti waiting for you by any means. It is empty and quiet. Just the noises of the jungle around you.
Does on the portal, does it have all of the stones that it did on the other side?
That is a good question. No, it would only have 3. It would have a new portal, a new key, I should say, one that you didn't see in Grand City. So as you examine them, this is what you would see.
You know what it is,
One
guys?
moment,
A guy was out
please.
exploring and got lost, like in Minecraft, and he made another portal to go back to his normal
yeah.
world.
That's what I was hoping for.
Like he got lost out in the river. He's like, "Fuck, I can't get back. I don't remember where I went. Just make a portal."
Oh shit. Okay.
Kasoska.
David, did you say my name?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I think that you would have a mix of emotions being back in Raptua again.
Yeah.
Right. This obviously it's significant for everyone, but more so significant for you, as you watch for the first time in a long time a Raptuan sunset.
Is the portal active right now? Because it's currently got the Soska in it, right?
Yeah, I want for you to roll me a perception check. This is kind of
feel
more
like
like a
a-
reaction check, but
I envision I'm getting like overwhelmed with emotions, and almost like a strong breeze blows through, almost like to calm me in a sense of like if it was like Elargian herself,
Wow.
almost welcoming me back and like letting me know like it's gonna be okay.
That's
to
beautiful.
to the side, it's actually just Ventus just flapping his wings because it's hot.
Yeah, he's just preening.
Shut
I just look at-
But Thunder never turns and sees it. He just thinks it's wind
Yeah.
from Elargian.
You quickly, Halbjorn, as a group of you gather your bearings, you quickly turn to examine the waygate, and you watch in real time, a few moments after the group of you appear, the runic writing on the key that is currently inset. It is glowing a soft green, and then that light dies, and it is now just simple runic engravings.
I put the Zassadar in my pouch because we haven't seen that one before, and I grabbed the Darzular and Thessoxa, God damn it, and I just chuck them out into the forest. Like as hard as I can. I have a broom of flying. I just fly them out and just drop them some random place. It's like fuck these, fuck this portal, fuck the one.
And they're gone.
No one's using this portal.
Does it look like does it seem like there's like people living around us, or like living creatures around us?
Roll a nature check for me.
Oh.
Raptu is full of life.
Yeah, I bet this place
Oh.
has animals and insects everywhere.
Yeah, that's a forest.
Yeah, as you begin to everyone begins to take in their surroundings. I think that you would begin to see all of the nature that you are surrounded by, kind of like Thunder described previously. You can see pterosaurs flying off in the horizon. You can see bugs and birds and parrots around you. Yes, it's full of life. Not like human life, but animal life.
What is Did we just lose 2 people?
Yeah. Waco dropped.
Oh, yeah.
And
Weird.
Kyle.
I wonder if they both. Like,
Okay.
They don't have the same internet.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Kyle.
there's Kyle.
Waco's having technical difficulties.
Oh.
He invited me to a call instead of joining the channel.
Waco's bull.
I was holding my hand. I had to. It's my fault. I didn't try to do nothing.
That's just
I have
incredible.
it on. I don't even have to get rid of it.
Amazing.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you are fine.
Jaryu, are you able to make me invisible for a quick second?
I am no longer able to make you invisible, as my eldritch boon is from a dead demigod.
David, I'm gonna.
Okay, well, you
I'm
need to
gonna
get you
roll
another one of those
a-
then.
Well, I'm still
I
waiting
cast
on that
the
homeboy to
invisibility
come back.
any, like-
on Ventus.
Boo. To see if there's
Okay.
any like danger nearby, in a sense.
Okay.
Oh, I'm happy he said that.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I have to catch up. So, who is invisible now?
I am invisible. I think.
Okay.
I
Has
think.
greater invisibility on.
And I would like to, while I'm invisible, I would just like to fly around and scout like the surrounding area.
Okay.
And to also blow your mind, David, Azlos is casting his spell.
And so, Thunder, you maybe mention that out loud, that you would like to recognize if there is danger, and Azos can assist you with that.
I look at the big guy.
And Azos casts Commune with Nature. Azos, you watch as, kind of appearing out from the undergrowth of the jungle, a large spiritual bear presents itself to you. able to provide you with the knowledge of the questions that you seek to know. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to this area, within 3 miles of you. Terrain, bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence from other planes of existence, or buildings.
My first would be prevalent plants, minerals, animals, and people. And I assume that this bear talks out loud, so...
Okay, sure. Yeah, the bear can talk out loud.
It sounds exactly like Ripjaw.
Hobgorn sees a Goliath casting a spell, and he's like, "My Bombus beard."
Yes. Let me get my ducks
I
in a
am
row
focused
here.
on animals and people primarily. I do not very much care for the plants and minerals as much.
As for people, no. There are none that, well, I guess I should say it like the bear would. A moment, please. Hold on.
Bear
You're good.
voice. The bear voice.
Bear voice. Bear voice.
Oh, mother.
There are several dangerous creatures in this area. And the bear kind of listfully looks out to the same view of the horizon that the group of you all are. There is the king of the hidden folk, Shekinester. Down near the banks of the river is a terrible monster that few ever see. It is said to have 8 legs.
What?
And then he kind of gazes off to the jungles. For the hidden folk, he looks to the skies. For the 8-legged monster, he looks to the river. And then for this last one, he looks out to like the jungles, kind of below you. And then deep in these jungles is the pure evil known as Wonga.
Okay.
Wongo?
Yes.
And then I guess I will ask about buildings. For 3 miles in any direction.
The bear looks out once again. There is an abandoned village, somewhat near the river. But any other important buildings are outside my view.
And then finally, influence from other planes of existence, essentially searching for another portal within 3 miles.
And he shakes his head no to you.
And then I kind of look at the group. So Aslos might have been wrong about the river. Kind of look over at our new dwarf intellect.
Yeah, and the dwarf's just like,
Well, I'm happy we brought other stones, right?
No, that's so good. It'll obfuscate our trail.
so we're going somewhere different?
I can't
that
imagine
option,
a world where we stay here. There's no buildings for 3 miles. There is horrible creatures. This is literally death.
Well, I for one want to meet this Wongo. Sounds Australian.
That's terrible.
I don't want to do anything.
Y'all
was
think that
just
could
gonna-
be one of the spirit totems for the? For
Yeah,
spiders?
isn't that why we're here? Like, it
We're not
it might
looking
not
for
matter if
spiders,
we're-
looking for a snake.
You think something with 8 legs is gonna be the one teaser?
No,
That's
not the
gonna be a
One-Tees. I said
spoder.
the Lalth's champion.
Wonga, the Lost, the King. There was a few. There's
Loth
like
doesn't
4 different-
have a totem animal.
Oh, maybe not then.
The other totem animal on this continent was killed. It was the parrot.
Oh yeah, that was the first vision I had.
Yep.
Mhm.
Throwbacks.
That's
David,
when we all had to
file
walk
this
outside.
map. We have
Yeah,
no
we
map, right?
really
Right.
need to think about this because
Yeah, so that means Heart of Uptau's definitely out. Because that was another one of them. Yeah.
yes,
That's
Well,
like a
we-
for sure fucked out one.
Why don't we make our way to the abandoned village? It sounds like something interesting could be there.
I
mean,
mean, do
We
we
can always
want
come
to
back to
split
the
up?
portal. I don't think we should.
No, dude, this is a jungle, bro.
But hear me out.
What
Hear me
is
out.
there
What if
to
we
achieve here?
we could learn before we just run off? But I'm down to just go back through the portal, or we could like investigate a little bit and then come back if we don't find anything.
I think it's hard to say. It's like we might have got lucky without having to meet any NT, and then we can approach our way, but we'd have to make it through all this,
We have to
right?
know where we are. Like,
And I don't even know what direction to head. So if I knew a direction to head to go, that would make a difference to me. But if we don't have a direction, then maybe we do want to try out the other portals. I don't know.
I
Do-
just
do I
don't want
see
to
anything when I
die
fly
in
around?
the middle of the jungle.
Hey David.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling about this place to begin with, and that ominous message definitely made it sound a lot worse than I thought about. So we picked the middle one, Yokarez. We brought that with us. We can go there. We can go to the new one. But I'd be I'd be concerned about the new one wasn't in Grand City, but now is here. That's a little disconcerting.
Wait, what new one?
There was a new tablet that was on this one I picked up.
And when you say that, I want for you to roll me an insight check. Thunder, you also wanted to say something?
Yeah, so the main reason I wanted to know if there's any danger in the area is because as soon as I hear that where the closest danger is from us, after I hear like the immediate area is fine, I don't want to take too much time, but it's basically, I get overwhelmed with finally being back home. I've been in cities this whole time. I'm back in Raptua.
Mhm.
I think back of traveling with my father, so I just like jump in the air, turn into an eagle. I'm just soaring in the air, flying around the jungle. And then I also just expend my other wild shape and turn into a monkey, and I'm just like swinging through the trees, something like my father and I would do, would just like travel through the lands. So
Hell yeah.
as they're just talking about like plans, I'm not even listening. I'm back home. It's been so long. I'm just traveling around through the forest, finally being home.
I love it. You experienced the jungles of Raptua for the first time in a long time, and the first time truly alone. And you just have a moment for yourself as you do this. And that actually reminds me, Ventus, I would like to go to you, as you are invisible, flying through the canopy as well, seeing what you can find. I would like for you to roll me a perception check.
I did.
Oh,
I got
I'm
a
sorry.
24.
Oh shit. Okay. You fly up and over the canopy, not so high, but you can see that in the jungle below you there has been a small road carved out. You can just see the dirt kind of in between the leaves of the trees as you kind of follow this road for a bit. You can't follow it the whole way because you don't want to get so separated from your group, but it seems clear to you that this road, it's the same one that seemed to lead from the waygate that the group of you were at, that directs itself down to the river, to the banks of the river. The river itself is pretty far from you, like you don't want to go the whole way, but I think that you would pretty easily glean that that direction of it. As you are kind of following the road, you can see that maybe every like half mile or so there seems to be like a small maybe like a station of sorts, like a small little, not a building necessarily, but like a little outpost maybe, along the road.
Can I see anything that's like near the bank of the river? Like, do I see like any commotion happening from a distance, or is it just too far?
No commotion, I think it would be too far for that, but you would be able to see the remnant of what appears to be like a village, kind of along the banks, almost built like on docks.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'll fly back, and then when I get back, I'll just relay what I saw to the group. Guys, I think there's like a village at the bank of the river if we're trying to go down there. But I
Alright,
didn't
let's
see
just go check out
anything
the
else.
village, and if it seems sketch, then we can just come back.
Well, how far away is it? And like the creatures at the bank of the river.
It's within 3 miles. Aswell, you can do that in 2 steps. Come on, buddy.
Guys, if we run into a giant creature and fucking waste literally everything and almost die over nothing, I would be upset.
What would we be
That is just me.
wasting?
Dude, we just killed a
Literally
demigod.
everything.
We kill things.
We just
Okay,
killed-
this is literally the Wanti fear this thing.
That's true. I don't.
They could have murdered an entire village of them.
We could murder an entire village of them.
Well, if they murdered the
Okay,
Wanti,
so
then they could help
if
us.
if a creature murdered an entire village of them, it's giant. Everybody fears them, including the Wanti. And we kill this. Let's say we encounter this thing, and we kill it. We are going to be so wounded. What are we going to bring to anything else? And you think we're going to be able to long rest out in the middle of the jungle?
I do
I
it
at
all the
least
time,
want
bro.
to think about
I'm
it
hoping
before
that
we
we are
just
gonna
roll
be
on down
alive.
to an abandoned village. That is what I am saying.
We could definitely get closer to the village, I think, and scope it out a little more.
Okay.
What does everyone else think?
I think it would be a waste to not explore here.
Yeah,
Like before, we can abandon. Yeah, that's good. We can abandon this. Let's
Like,
check it out a little bit more, and then we have the stone. We can come back here if need be. Yeah, let's.
All right.
I say,
yeah.
yeah, I'm down.
And at this point, Thunder, do you think that you are back or not yet?
I'm just in the I'm swinging around, still like an earshot away. If
Oh,
they
okay,
ever-
okay.
Yeah. I don't want to
Well,
go
look
venture
at-
off too far.
I didn't realize you were that close. So you can hear that they're formalizing plans and are beginning to move out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll travel with them, but along the tree line.
Sure, that makes sense. You stay monkeying.
Yeah. Some would say monkeying around.
Very
Monkey
funny.
business.
And the group of you begin to proceed down this red dirt road into the jungles of Reptua. And I would like to end a little early here tonight, just because it's a very clean ending point. And I didn't know where you're going to go, so I don't necessarily have it all planned out. So this works out well for me because I can plan where you are.
You didn't have a scenario plan for every portal
I know.
possibility
I'm
we
so
could do?
sorry.
They have
Come
8
on,
cities
David.
ready for us.
Let me pull my Zeldazor map.
Should have
Yeah,
had
well,
8
what if-
different
what if we
combat
wanna do-
encounters ready to go.
What if we
Alright.
wanted to visit all 8 really quick this session?
If y'all would have split up and each of y'all gone to a different one, I think I would have cried.
It's gotta be
man,
like
that's a way better idea.
We all go to one.
I'm honestly glad that none of us even thought about splitting up. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, I am too, because I had the realization that you could have done it whenever y'all began to discuss it. And I was like, oh my fuck. Like, that could be an actual nightmare.
Turns out none of the other stones work, it's just this one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They all lead to the same point, regardless.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
Oh, they're broken. Sorry.
Dang.
Oopsie.
Cool. Well, starting next session, we are going to begin y'all's hex crawl. So
Yeah.
very exciting, very exciting stuff.
Did you already know about like the 8-legged creature and the other stuff?
That I
Or
did
did
know.
you just? Okay.
The manga.
And I did not take notes good enough on that because there was a
So
lot of
did
cool
you
shit.
put,
you
like-
said. You
Like
said
the
like 4
didgeridoo.
different.
Yeah,
Did
there's
you
some
put
study
like a
lists.
couple of pieces? Like, did you like have a couple of pieces of each one? Like, if we
Yeah.
picked one,
Yeah, I know, like in my head where each one is.
where did you
But
think
like,
we'd go?
all of them probably exist on the hex map too in some capacity, so that it will matter later anyways. Maybe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So-
Where did you think we'd?
I expected y'all just to go to Dalzalore, like the
Really?
one,
David.
but
Dude, never.
I wanted y'all to go to the river, so I'm actually pretty psyched.
Oh,
Oh,
now
you
he,
were-
now
guys,
he wants
we
us
were
here.
right.
Yeah.
We were
David's
right.
like, I wanted to TPK you guys with that spider so bad.
Oh no!
Mostly because, well, for reasons I can't tell you, but then like even like my little picture, it literally has the river in it because that's what I was hoping y'all would do.
Oh god!
Oh, you didn't make 8 different pictures?
I did
Did
it.
it
I
have
did
eight
not
There's
think. I was like,
no-
oh
oh
fuck. Like,
There's
Dang.
no way you thought we'd go to the heart. There's no way.
no, but I also wanted that. But as soon as you said that it could have been scary, I was like, honestly, that's fair.
Yeah,
Honestly-
I think that
honestly,
means
yeah,
we're
dude, yeah.
teleporting inside of the heart
I-
of some creature or something.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, yeah, you would have.
that makes sense.
All the other ones are one word, and this one's the heart of. And you're
Yeah.
like,
The heart of Uktao.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, if you guys
nothing-
would have landed there, it would have been
That was the easiest one to
8D48
say,
every
too.
second.
nothing
no
hard
one,
of,
no
like-
one goes there. It's called the heart. Yeah, David's like,
Yeah,
"Ah."
nothing
yeah.
good. Like you either end up in a heart of a mountain, or a heart of a
Mhm.
lake, or a heart of a monster.
dude, the
Yeah.
heart of the next
Heart of a
mountain.
Heart of
monster
a
with
monster
stomach
there,
acid
or
does
their
Yeah.
8D8.
Yeah, Heart of
Every second.
Uktao sounds is the worst thing you could have put there. That sounds so fucking terrible.
I thought it was either
So-
gonna be like, oh, we have to go there, or
It's
like
perception
there's no
though,
way.
No,
because if the
no
heart
way.
of Uktao was the most commonly used one, I would have thought, oh, that's just the biggest city in Reptua.
Yeah,
the heart of
the city.
Uktao
But it being the
is
least
a
used,
black
I was like,
dragon's
that's fucking
move.
terrible. That's scary.
Yeah. Heart of Uktao is the. It might as well just say black dragons next to it.
Blackjack.
Yeah, Black Dragons wouldn't even second guess it. It would have been like a heart. Let's go.
Heart,
Yeah.
heart.
Just to
That
see
must
how
be
much
it.
how much black dragon y'all still got. Yeah, it was a
Black
test
Dragon
and
test.
you passed. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we picked the river. We're not leaving after we heard of the impending doom, so we're pretty black dragons still, so it's okay.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. What's
That's how you're
what's
going
the
in the
chances
right
that we're gonna
direction.
see this creature, dude?
The more
Yeah,
dangerous.
I ignored all that. I just I heard abandoned village, and I was like, Jerry's got to check it out. Like that's
It's
just-
either a
that's-
final
Says
boss
the man with
or
the
a
pact
power
of the
up.
demon.
Yeah.
What's a yeah, we might get a level up.
True. This is how you earn your levels. No levels in a city.
David, do you have a
God.
ETA on that fucking demon that I'm waiting on?
The pact of the demon guy says he ignored every damaging threat to us.
Yeah, it's on its way. Don't worry. I'll take care of you.
Is
Don't
it
worry.
intentionally ambiguous, or did any demons...
No, I have forgotten every week
No, I mean
until
in,
like an hour before, and I'm like, fuck, I don't
in
have
the opening
things.
cinematic. Is it intentionally ambiguous what
Oh.
happens with the crushed amulets?
Yes.
Wait, so did you have any other picture other than this one? Were you
No.
like dead? Oh my god! So he was like, "Oh god, I hope they pick the river so I can kill them."
And you didn't even
That's what-
steer us towards it. Like you didn't even drive us towards
David
it.
almost wants to
We was
continue
really
the session because he already has the river written out,
I was
dude.
really just hoping.
I don't know why you're so
we are
convinced
such
we're just gonna get
predictable bitches.
TPK'd.
I was almost about to message one of y'all and be like, please do the river. But I decided
Don't
not
you
to,
worry,
but-
David. I picked it anyway.
For some
Yeah,
reason,
now
I don't
picked
believe
it.
you. Now I think it was scripted.
Yeah, we were railroaded.
David's sitting there with like 20
Dave's
hours of
railroading.
content of pictures of each one of them, dude. He's like, oh, I want him to pick the river.
I have like I mean I made pictures for each one, well, not for each one, but like here I'll show you. I had pictures for just like one of the cities, but what I didn't have, where is it? What I didn't have was it like made up with like the header and whatnot. And that's what I didn't realize until y'all were debating. And I was like, ugh, I guess I can just show the picture, but like it won't be as cool, you know, because it won't have like the name of it. But like I had like this one made.
We're gonna fuck it up. It's beautiful.
This one's gonna be Darzuzar.
I'm excited, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
So like,
yeah.
I'm happy we didn't
Hey, your
pick
TCs
this.
are cool.
However, that is very cool.
so there were others like ready, but I wanted this one because it's just so it's like so prehistoric.
I'm loving it.
It's so Raptua. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I wanted it.
It's a good start into it, right? Like straight up
Yes.
nature, then get into civilization later. You know,
And
like,
y'all have options.
Yeah.
And we got
Love
some
it.
more little rune tablets.
Yeah,
so we
you
can
got more
teleport elsewhere.
keys.
I don't know where we
I
go.
love the thing that Jaryu's just hot and sweaty, has like no idea where the fuck he's at. Like, he doesn't know anything about this place.
Should we tell the Archmage that we made it to Raptua, or
I wonder how Yokizos would be feeling right now in Reptua. I think he wouldn't like it actually.
That's probably not a bad idea, actually, but just he'd probably appreciate knowing that y'all didn't die.
I mean, we have the stone, right? We can just talk to him.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
start.
Message.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hyped. I've been waiting for y'all to come back here. This has been planned for a long time. I was talking to Waco about it. I feel like before Fayul left.
Oh yeah, way before that.
Yeah,
Oh well, not way before, but yeah.
like
finally
2
back,
works ago. Like it's been a bit.
Hey David, where in relation to where we are now is the vertical cave that Dunstan and Ekug and
Oh, yeah.
Party fell in
Right,
to
right.
the city?
We're like
I'll,
30 feet from it. That's the abandoned village. It's underneath the village.
Yeah, we just kept walking along.
Yeah,
Replay that
I'll,
campaign.
We just see dead bodies.
Yeah. That's funny.
All
There's
right,
a giant
guys,
turtle
GGs.
shell on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let my dog out. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'm gonna go
bye,
eat dinner.
guys.
So
Bye,
I'll
guys.
talk to y'all
Later.
later. Good night, guys.
Nice.
Peace out, y'all.
Good night.
Pop, pop.